Hello everyone, welcome to Wall Street Mojo. To know about this video, columns function in Excel, watch the video till the end, and if you are new to this channel, then you can subscribe us by clicking the bell icon. Okay, so let's today begin with our new topic, that's column function in Excel. See, there are row functions, there are column functions, there are different sort of functions there in Excel. We are going to discuss in this tutorial for it comes under the lookup and the referential function in Excel. Now see, column function is basically a built-in function that is given in Microsoft. It is the built-up function that is the part that Microsoft provides. Now it falls under the category of lookup function of Excel, and column function is basically in Excel returns the what we call as the total number of columns in the given array or collection of references. So the purpose of the column function in Excel is to know the number of the columns that are there in the array. Okay, so we now know the purpose. Let's understand the formula. Once you start with column, it says it returns the column number of a reference. Now the explanation of this function, when you open it, it says give me some reference. The Excel is asking give me a reference for this. Okay, see, column function in Excel has only one argument where that is called reference. So that is basically the array, right? And this is the required parameter. Now an array or a formula resulting into array or a reference to range of Excel cells for which the number of columns is to be calculated. And now column in Excel returns what we call as the positive numeric value. Okay, now how to use columns function in Excel? We have to learn this. Fine. See, the set function is basically a worksheet function, and as a worksheet function, column is in Excel can be entered as a part of the formula in a cell of a worksheet. Now let's look at the column example. Now each example covers a different use in case of implementing using column function in Excel. Over here there is roll numbers, the first name and the last name with marks details are given here. Well, we are told to calculate the number of columns, the total cells, the last cell in the data set, and the first cells in the data set. Well, over here we are just going to calculate the number of columns. So in this column example, cell G3, this one has a formula associated with it. So G3 is a result cell. So the argument for column function in Excel is cell that is ranging from, we'll write column here, and the cell that is ranging from B4 to D4, roll number, first name, and the last name. B4 to D4. If B4 is the starting cell and D4 is the ending cell. So the number of columns in between the two cells are how many? 3. So the answer should also be 3. Okay, there is a problem of columns. Yeah, now it's perfect. 3. It's not column, we have to add it to, we have to do columns there. Now I want to calculate that how many are the total number of cells. We have calculated the total number of the columns, but if I want to know the total number of cells, then what should be done? Well, in this example, cell G4 over here has a formula with it, so that G4 is a result cell, and the formula is column. We have to use columns as a function. We'll use from B4 to E8, the complete data, B4 to E8, close the bracket, and there we go. We have, no, this shouldn't be the data, just select this number of cells. So column, we have to select the whole thing, right from the first number from B4 to E8, that's data, and we need to multiply with that of rows, and the rows will be again from B4 to E8, as simple as. So answer is going to be 20. So this are the total number of cells as 20. So that's what we are supposed to calculate. Now, example number 3. Now we'll get the address of the first cell in the range, first cell in the last cell, right? Now here the data set in the name, the whole data, it has been named as data, as you can see. Further, this data is used as a formula. So the steps is, you need to select the cells, then you do a right click, okay, and choose defined names, okay, or over here, as you can see, define names, name the data as over here data, and that's it. Your work is done. Now once you've done this, we have to see the last cell in the data set. So over here, cell G6 is a formula, and so G6 is a result cell. The formula is to calculate the first cell in the data set represented by the name data and the last cell. So the result is B4. We know it, right? It's quite simple, which is a this is basically the first cell that remains a constant thing, that is B4, which is the last cell that is selected in the data set. And the formula uses the addresses function, which has two parameters, namely row and column and number. Now in the similar fashion, the first cell thing works. So what are the things that you need to remember? The argument of the column function in Excel can be a single cell address or a range of cells. Okay, this is the first one. Second, the argument of the columns function in Excel cannot point to multiple references, or what we call as cell address. We can calculate all of this. You can use your own data and try and calculate this, so that you have a great hand holding on this particular topic. If you have learned and enjoyed watching this video, please like, comment on this video and subscribe to our channel for our latest updates. Thank you everyone.